And Kyle Lowry, he hasn't seen too many nights like this over the last 7 seasons.
Welcome back to the Airborne Podcast. I'm your host, Ajit. As Big Boy Bravs with us, we got Thanos back on the podcast. The Raptors dropped their third straight again to another lowly, non-playoff contending team in the Detroit Pistons. They get swept 3-0 for the season as they dropped this one 118-104. The Raptors are looking like they're tanking, boys. I don't know what else to say right now. They can't get a win for their life. Even though they beat the Denver Nuggets and they show flashes of being a really good team against really good contending teams in the East and the West, against these lowly teams that have no reason to be competing with the Raptors, and this one wasn't competitive at all. Dwayne Casey goes 6-3 against the Raptors since being fired 2 seasons ago, and I don't know. I have no words right now. This team wasn't competitive at all. I was watching the game. I basically gave up after the second quarter because halfway through the second, it was like a 20-point mercy. And with OG Anunoby back in the lineup for this team, I thought that he could contain Saddiq Bey, but Saban Lee, Saddiq Bey, Hamidou Diallo, they all went for 19 points each.
Yo, all the rookies look like all-stars, man.
DeLon Wright gets shipped out to Sacramento. They bring Corey Joseph off the bench. That man dropped 17 points. He filled up the stat sheet. And Frank Jackson, a guy who got cut off the New Orleans Pelicans roster, he comes and drops double digits off the bench. There's 6 players in total dropping double figures when the Raptors, they couldn't get a defensive stop for their life. And you had people like Saddiq Bey throwing up prayers from the three-point line, banking it off the backboard.
Yeah.
My brother mentioned it off camera, and I went back and looked at it. I'm like, that was such a fluky shot. That was like something Steph Curry would do.
Yeah, it's super fluky.
I don't know what to say about this team right now. I don't know if they're secretly tanking or if they just can't get a W right now. But right now for the season, and for the month of March, they're 1-12 with one more game left in the month.
Yeah, man. Like I'm like, to be honest with you, like I just feel like it's like a mix of emotions, right? Like, I know we can do it. I know we're talented enough. We have Siakam, Freddie. We have OG, Larry. Like, we have the pieces, but like I keep saying this every video, there's no rebounding. Like, we're getting destroyed on the offensive board. We're getting destroyed on the defensive board. We're getting destroyed in the paint. Like, we have bigs. We're making the bigs look like superstars. Like Stewart, right? The guy named Stewart. Like, I think he's a rookie, right? I think he's a rookie. And like this guy looks like he's a vet, right? He's like getting boards, destroying us. Like, man, like. And I think Plumlee was having a good game last night as well. I can't remember exactly his stats.
I don't think the stats showed it that much, but he was one of the main factors.
Yeah.
For that win, sorry.
100%.
Yeah, like compared to the first 2 games when he had a triple-double, the first game along with Dennis Smith Jr., and the second game he had a double-double. This one he only had 5 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists with no steals, no blocks in 18 minutes. The stat sheet doesn't show how effective he was, but I'm pretty sure his plus-minus was evident enough to show that, he was one of the main reasons why they took that ball game yesterday.
100%.
It felt like every game that Detroit won against us this season, it was always somebody else doing it for them.
There's always like another piece.
The first game, it was Mason Plumlee, Dennis Smith Jr., both going for a triple-double against the Raptors. Second game, it didn't look like Wayne Ellington was able to even miss a shot. And then this game, Plumlee, Ellington, Jeremy Grant, no one did well. In the second game, Jeremy Grant hit the game winner to seal the win for them. It just felt like everybody was going off, and they had guys like, Ellington, Plumlee, and Jeremy Grant didn't do jack shit really, like in terms of stats wise, but they had guys like Saddiq Bey, Saban Lee, Corey Joseph, Frank Jackson, Isaiah Stewart, like you mentioned, and the new acquisition for them, Diallo from OKC.
Yeah, Diallo had a sick game.
Yeah,
he had a double-double. He had 19 points, 10 rebounds.
Yeah, bro. Like, it was frustrating, really frustrating to watch the game.
Doesn't this remind you of the days when Gerald Henderson was on the Bobcats back then, I think, and they swept us, right? They're one of those teams.
Is it Adam Morrison here?
No. Gerald Henderson. Like he was one of the Raptors killers. He was on the Bobcats or whatever team. It was on Charlotte.
It wasn't even the Bobcats. Bobcats, Hornets. There was a time when at the beginning where we couldn't get a win against them for a life.
Yeah.
No matter how good we were.
Same thing. Yeah, it's like that. That's what it reminds me of. Like we just couldn't get a win.
But right now the pattern is, since Dwayne Casey got fired, he won 3-0 that year when we won the championship. He swept us for the regular season. Then the following year we swept him, and then this year he swept us. So if we go by this, hopefully next season when we get our team back together, get some new pieces, get some chemistry going back in Toronto finally, hopefully, fingers crossed, we can beat his ass.
I feel like because of that loss we took against the Pistons, I feel like it was just because of the bench. We had no bench points. Like I think they scored like 40 to 50 bench points. Yeah. And we had like I think maybe less than 10 at best.
They got their confidence against us, and then it feels like when they see us, they feel like they're playing a G League team.
Yeah.
Like it's like no one respects the fact of the names on our team anymore. They're just killing us like it doesn't matter.
I feel like at this point we should just tank because like we lost to two of the shittiest teams in each conference. Like I don't know. We're not gonna. I personally don't think we're gonna do any damage in the play-in tournament or in the actual playoffs itself. We might as well just go for a lottery pick.
The Pistons have 13 wins in total for the season, and 3 of those wins came off the Raptors. They're the bottom of the Eastern Conference.
It's really annoying that how we keep losing to these guys who are at bottom of the standings, yo. Like fuck.
Yeah.
And Houston's the second worst team in the Western Conference. They got the exact same record as the Detroit Pistons, and we lost 4. We've lost 4 of our 29 games.
You know what would be so bittersweet is if we did tank and we got the first round pick, and they.
We're not far off. We're not far off. We go on another 9-game losing streak. We'll be right there.
Yeah.
Bro, the way it's looking, like Wednesday we play OKC. If we lose to OKC, you might as well tank.
Right. Yeah. You don't have Shy, right? No Shy?
Yeah,
no Shea, no.
No Shea. No Shea, or I don't think Dort's playing either.
Yeah, I mean he was in concussion protocol. But Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has like a foot injury. And Al Horford is inactive for the rest of the season. I think they're going to probably try to trade him in the offseason. With the way that these guys are all shifting teams with buyouts, OKC's like, nah, we ain't letting this guy go off for nothing.
Yeah, it's so stupid. I hate like how like all these teams now are doing all this stupid shit, like buying people out and letting them go to super teams and shit.
I don't get it. Like Lakers get rewarded with Andre Drummond, and then LaMarcus Aldridge, Blake Griffin go to Brooklyn, stacking up those teams. It's like we had one good year where it was like a dynamic duo last season.
Yeah.
And the winner takes all, and now it's like back to super teams. Every time Kevin Durant moves, it feels like there's a huge shift in the NBA.
That is true.
Yeah, for sure.
It is what it is. The Raptors, man, for the team, for the full game, if you allow Detroit to shoot 50% from the field, 50% from beyond the arc, you're going to lose that ball game 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah, Bey is looking like a veteran, man. Sadiq Bey, like the way he's playing, he has such a calm demeanor, and he's like making shots like not like any normal rookie would make.
He was a good trade for Detroit through Brooklyn.
Yeah,
he was Brooklyn's pick that got traded in the whole Landry Shamet, that whole trade.
Mm-hmm. It's a good thing because I don't think he would have got minutes on the Nets.
I know. I mean, he could have played the 4 if like Jeff Green's playing for them in the starting lineup.
Mm-hmm.
But funny part about Sadiq Bey is Sacramento was like, we'll give you Marvin Bagley for him, and Pistons like, get out of here. Like, yeah, right. Even though
what happened to Bagley, man? I don't know what happened to him.
He's injury prone. I think that's probably the number one team that probably regrets not taking Luka. Like I would say Phoenix probably does kind of too, but like DeAndre Ayton's been a stud for the most part.
Yo, Ayton's killing it for them, yo. They should be happy with Ayton.
Yeah, I wouldn't be upset with Ayton. But Sacramento, with the way Bagley's injuries have been going.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And he doesn't seem like he's interested in playing basketball like the way he plays sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
He had one good season during the rookie season, but after that, he just fallen off.
He needs a change of scenery.
Back to the game.
As much as we want to say we could beat this team's ass, this game was not competitive. Detroit had this game the whole
Yeah.
way. It didn't feel like one moment that we had this game from the get-go.
Yeah. Looked like they were toying with this whole game.
Yeah, they shot 50% from the 3-point arc, and they were 15 of 30. Like, bro, like if you can't stop their 3-point, you don't have 3-point defense, perimeter defense. Like, there's nothing we could do.
For sure.
Yeah.
And when you're making that kind of clip, bro, like it's a recipe for disaster.
For sure.
The Raptors only had one guy score over 20 points, and that was Fred VanVleet in 32 minutes. He scored 22 points, 5 rebounds, and assists, no steals, no blocks, but it was 22 points in 20 attempts. He was 7 of 20 from the field, 4 of 10 from the 3-point line, and he missed 3 free throws yesterday, 4 of 7. Pascal Siakam had a mediocre game, 28 minutes. He had 14 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. No defensive stats, no steals, no blocks. 5 of 14 from the field, 0 of 3 from the 3-point line. Did not make a 3 for his life last night. OG Anunoby was solid. He was efficient from the field. 31 minutes, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 6 of 12 from the field, 3 of 8 from the 3-point line, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, and he had 3 blocks last night.
OG's been consistent now, eh?
Yeah, Gary Trent Jr. finally came out to play. The third game with the Toronto Raptors. In 37 minutes, he had 15 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. But yeah, like you mentioned, Anujan, OG, yeah, definitely since he's been back, he's been really consistent.
Playing,
Yeah, really good.
Kyle Lowry, in 23 minutes, he had 10 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, and a steal. 3 of 8 from the field, 0 of 3 from the 3-point line. Couldn't make a 3 for his life. And then the bench, unlike the game against Portland when they came out to play, no one was there to be found. Rodney Hood, only 7 points in 20 minutes with 1 rebound. Malachi Flynn in 18 minutes only had 5 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists.
Even Malachi Flynn, like I feel like he's over dribbling it sometimes.
Yeah. Once you get used to the system, they'll be better.
Yeah.
He finally has like a solid place in the rotation with all the pieces we traded.
Yeah.
Shout out to Terrence Davis. He took advantage of his opportunity yesterday with the Sacramento Kings against the Cleveland Cavaliers and helped them come back and win that game. I think he had 14 points and a full stat line.
Yo, even Matt Thomas had some highlight shots yesterday too.
Oh, did he play for Utah? I didn't even notice.
Yeah, he did. I saw some few clips yesterday. It was good.
Was it a blowout though? That's why he played. Yeah, I think they 40 point.
It was a blowout. Yeah.
Yeah, they 40 point mercy the team, right? Whoever they played.
Oh jeez.
I think it was like 39.
Jazz played Cleveland and Thing played Spurs.
Who plays Spurs?
Sacramento.
Yeah,
really?
they did.
Yeah, Sacramento played Spurs and then they played Cleveland.
Okay. Chris Boucher in 15 minutes had 4 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist and 3 blocks. And yeah, I really don't have anything else to say. Aaron Baines, your boy Brevine, 8 minutes had 4 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist.
That guy's a punk, yo.
Man, we have no rebounding, man.
We have no bench.
Man.
Get the
bench. No bench. No, the bench is inconsistent. But like, the rebounding is one thing. Rebounding is what we've been talking about, like since when? Like since before the All-Star weekend.
Since the beginning, since we've seen Aaron Baines step on the floor, he's had like 2-3 games, maybe tops. But he's been good.
Yeah, you can't just. I mean, I know, like how many minutes do you have? 8 minutes.
Yeah.
But still, like, man needs to put up some boards.
Braz, what were you saying?
No, I'm good.
The Raptors for the game shot 35 of 86 from the field for 41%. They allowed Detroit to shoot 51%, 38 of 75 from the field. 3-point shooting, they only made 11 threes out of 36 attempts, shot 31% from beyond the arc. They allowed the Pistons to make 15 threes out of 30 attempts for 50% from beyond the arc. Free throws, this game, we had less attempts, 23 or 28 from the line, only 82%. They missed 5 attempts. Detroit only shot 79% from the line, 27 to 34. They missed 7 attempts. We keep talking about rebounding, but against these small lineups and stuff, we've been able to hold our own.
For sure, but like it's the offensive rebound and shit that hurts us, yo.
Yeah, but when you look at the score, we got murked, but rebounding, we were only a -4 tonight. We had 39, they had 43. And we won the offensive rebounds tonight. We had 11 offensive rebounds, they had 9. Assists, we had 21, they had 26. We were a -5.
Mm-hmm.
Steals, we were -1, we had 5, they had 6. Blocks, we were tied 6 apiece. Turnovers, we had only 13. They had 8, so we were +5. Points in the paint, we were -6. We had 36. They had 42. Second chance points, we actually won. We only had 12. They had 7, so we're +5. And fast break points, we only had 2 apiece, so we're tied in that category. Points off turnovers, we were 17. We had 17 points. They had 15 points. We were +2. Biggest lead for us was 3. Theirs was 23. Fouls, we had 25 and they had 24, so we were plus. We had one extra foul than they did. I know, man. I don't.
This game was so difficult to watch. Like even before off camera, like yeah, it's so depressing to watch. Like these are like, I don't mind tanking, but like at least beat the teams that are like dead last in the league.
At least win some games, you know. Hold on our reputation. It took us forever to build that.
One thing I wanted to say was Pierre Veen called me before I was watching the game yesterday. Shout out to Pierre Veen. Shout out to Boston Pizza. But Pierre Veen called me, and I wasn't watching the game properly at that time, and he was like, "Yo, bro, just give up. It's time to tank." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, he was about to tell me what happened in the game. I'm like, "Don't tell me." He's like, "Bro, there's no point in watching the game. Just let it go."
In Markham 14th area, stop by Boston Pizza.
I think it's time for you to change hats.
Sorry for me
Put on
changing.
the
Maple Leafs?
put on the Maple Leafs hat.
Yeah, the Blue Jays, yo.
That's funny because Pierre Veen loves the Maple Leafs and always talk shit about them when they're doing bad, but this season they're actually doing really good.
Yeah.
And the Raptors are playing like ass, and he said it himself. It's like it's time to switch sports. It's one season, boys. I mean, it's frustrating, but
it is one season, but yo, it's super frustrating.
It is what it is, man.
Because we worked so hard to get here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Our playoff streak is more than likely going to come to an end at 7.
Yeah. We were in 4th.
We were 17 and 16, I think, at one point, right?
Yeah.
And then we were 4th in the East, and now Knicks are going to make the playoffs, and the Raptors aren't. Charlotte's going to make the playoffs without LaMelo Ball. That's what it looks like. And, you know, COVID hit us. You know, we were talking so much shit and hyping up the fact that we dodged COVID for the most part and hit us at the worst time possible.
Yeah.
All at once. It was like a tsunami of COVID just hit the whole team. And it messed our whole season up. And, you know, it wasn't meant to be for us to be in Tampa, home away from home, and make the playoffs this season.
I want to add on to what you just said. I feel like if the fans were there, the real fans, not the Tampa Bay fake fans, sorry, no offense, you know, we would have, we're the sixth man, right? We're the extra element that they're missing. Because like even Detroit games, yo, Toronto fans would have went down to Detroit and watched the game there and to hype them up, right?
We would have filled that arena up. We always do.
100%. That missing element is what's pushing these guys down as well. I'm not saying we're the main reason why, but we can be one of the reasons why.
It's not hyping them up. They're not getting the extra fuel when they're down in these games to come back. They do it sometimes, but it's not consistent like they used to do it.
Yeah.
They need Superfan to come back.
Yeah, that's what it is. They're missing that good luck element.
Yeah.
Now Bhatia, shout out to him, wasn't able to be in Tampa to support the Raptors this season. They have the most disadvantages this season going into it.
Mm-hmm.
With everything working against them, it is what it is. We just got to suck it up, take it to the chin like champions, because we are champions, and come back with a vengeance next season. Hopefully, we get a top pick if we do end up tanking this season, which is what it looks like we're leaning towards. But I want to get back to the game. Who are we throwing under the bus?
Say Larry and Siakam.
Yeah, for sure, yo. Larry was missing. Siakam was missing. Like, I just feel like, and I feel like Larry just gave up.
I'm putting Baines on that bus again. He's useless at this point.
Yeah. We should permanently put him on that.
Yeah.
You just literally sit him in the front seat. Let him drive the bus instead, honestly.
He should be the Uber driver on that bus.
Yeah, he should be the bus driver.
Mm-hmm. Larry, I would even throw Siakam in there.
Yeah.
Fred VanVleet at 20 points, but on 20 shots, it's not really efficient.
Mm-hmm.
Star player of the game, I'm probably going to have to go with OG. He's been the most consistent. We could have gave it to him for like 4 straight games now, but with Pascal stringing together those 3 games where he did really well, it's hard to pass up on. Yeah, OG Anunoby will be the star player of the game on this loss to the Detroit Pistons. When we lose to good teams, it's whatever, but when we lose to these shitty teams, it is really a shitty feeling.
Makes you feel hella numb, no? Like
Yeah.
the next game, like I won't even expect to win or lose. Like I'll be like whatever, you know.
Yeah, like usually we're Raptor fans for the last 7 years have been used to going to games saying we're gonna get this W light work.
Yeah, word.
Now it's like we just go with no expectations and be like, if we get the win, we get excited. If we lose, we just say, all right, this is the Raptors this season, whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say like the OKC Thunder are playing us on Wednesday night, and that's the final game of the month. Are we going out on a W? Or are we going on a loss and ending the season 1-13 for the month of March?
Yeah, I think we'll go. I think we're gonna get a W. I think we'll get a W. I think we'll get a W.
Next game after that to the Golden State Warriors. So I'm hoping that
After that, it's gonna be another losing streak.
All right. Any final thoughts?
Honestly, like I want to like. It's just that the way we're playing, there's no like energy, right? We're missing that little umph, right? I know I spoke about it before about the umph, but then like
That's that's the fans. We're the umph.
Yeah, like you know when they play, like there's no energy. It's like, but there's no swag to their game. There's a missing element. Yeah, we're a missing element as well, but
They just don't feel like they're at home. That's the only thing.
And it's just like a consistent road game. But I don't know,
Look,
I just feel like, you know, like as frustrating it is, like we need to find a way to end the streak. You know, like Baines needs to step up. Like everyone does, but we gave Baines the starting role. He needs to step up.
Just like we don't have expectations for the Raptors season this year, we should have no expectations for Baines. If you give him expectations, that's when he disappears.
If we get a top 5 pick in this upcoming draft, we're gonna go up.
Aaron Baines disappears anyway, so don't put that type of don't put that type of pressure on him.
You can't put pressure on anyone, bro. Siakam, you put pressure on him too. Like same thing. Like the only guy I trust at this point is OG. That's the only guy.
You put pressure on Pascal Siakam and Aaron Baines to disappear like Houdini. But
yeah, exactly.
The Raptors, I mean, the fans is what makes the whole thing electric. Like we have the best fan base in the NBA.
100%.
That's the reason. That's why the Raptors are able to steal so many games at home and come back in these big-time deficits and like win. Like last season against the Dallas Mavericks, we're down 30. We came back and won that game at home at the Scotiabank Arena. Detroit Pistons fans are lucky this season because the Raptors would have filled up that arena, and we call that the Air Canada West, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, before we changed our name to Scotiabank Arena, I mean, Scotiabank Arena, Air Canada West, whatever you want to call it, that was our home field no matter if we went on the road or if we were actually in Toronto. So, all right. Any final thoughts?
Let's win.
Let's get that W. We need to end this mini three-game losing streak.
All right, let's go.
Wait, did you say let's go get this L?
W.
W.
Let me ask you one quick question. Who, if we do tank and we do get like top 5, who are the top 5 available?
The top, apparently, I was talking to one of my boys, and he knows the shit too. So like, he told me like the top 5 players in the draft are like they have a lot of upside. Like Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley's a center. Like that's someone we could go for. Jalen Suggs. It's mainly guards that are pretty much in the top 5 list. It could change, but those are the 5 guys trending right now.
All right.
Who else? Jalen Green. And yeah, that's it.
Jalen Green's in the D League, all right?
Yeah, he's in the G League, yeah.
On the Ignite team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Jarek Jack and Amir Johnson, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we started this month off losing to the Detroit Pistons. Then we had the middle of the month where we lost to the Pistons again, and now at the end of the month we lose to them again. Thankfully, they weren't the last game of the month. We still have redemption time. We still have an opportunity to end this month on a W against the OKC Thunder, who also have like 37,000 draft picks. And
yeah, bro, 34 draft picks, man.
Yeah, for the next 7 years?
7 years, yeah. Sam Presti's a fucking sorry. He's a genius.
Yeah, you could be a genius, but also don't get the credit because when you ace a draft every year and you get Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, Reggie Jackson, Steven Adams, when you get all this talent together and you can't win a championship, even one championship, like what's the point of collecting all that talent?
Right.
You got to seize the opportunity. They missed it in 2012, and they had 3 MVPs in their season. I mean, on their roster at the same time.
Yeah.
Obviously, they weren't all in their prime at that time.
Yeah, they're still learning. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. I understand.
Al Horford's inactive. Shea's out with the injury. Luke Dort, the fellow Canadian, along with Shea, I don't think they're both going to play. Let's see if we can take advantage of that situation.
Yep.
Until then, yeah, fingers crossed. The fact that we have to have our fingers crossed for teams like Detroit, Houston, and OKC, that's just
Okay, till then, say
I
it.
appreciate everyone for tuning in, checking out the podcast. If you haven't liked the podcast already, make sure you like it. If you haven't subscribe already. What are y'all waiting for? Stop slacking, bro. And we'll be back with the post-game podcast against the OKC Thunder, hopefully with that W. Till then, stay blessed, stay woke, and please stay safe. Peace.